Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaf here. Two juicy things I do want to cover with you. I do want to go over whether or not you should summon on the brand new Rate Up banner. Yes, that's right, we have a brand new Rate Up banner, but it's not the one everyone was expecting. As you can see right here, we have Hand Semi coming to the game. What's up with that? Everyone was expecting Thomas Andre, but if you listen to the devs, if you paid attention to the dates down here, you can see that Thomas Andre wasn't expected to come, at least not for another 2-ish weeks, because as you know, the devs have stated they do not want to stack Rate Up banners over each other. They did that previously with Harper and Charlotte, but that wasn't a really good turnout, so that's why this time around, I'm assuming they're going to wait for the full 3 weeks, since Illa was released, so now we're going to wait. Then Thomas Andre will come out, but in the meantime, we do have this filler banner right here, that being for Hand Semi, and I don't think the majority of players should summon Honor. That's just because our Rate Up tickets are so precious. As you can see here, I only have 533, but if we go to our custom draws, I have close to 2,500, obviously pay to win. But I really wouldn't waste any of my Rate Up tickets on Hand Semi, even if I'm pay to win. So what does that mean for free to play? What does that mean for Dolphins? It just means you should generally not summon 4 unless you desperately need a copy. If we just jump to Hand Semi, we can see our effects. If we go to skills, we can go to our maximum, go to our passives. Generally speaking, her A1 is already fairly good enough. Her A3 is fine. It really does help with survivability, especially with Baron if you're using Mireille. But I would say at that point, you should just wait for the custom draws and summon for her there. She's already available, so that shouldn't be an issue for you. Rate Up tickets are just so hard to get, and Thomas Andre is potentially slated to be one of the strongest hunters or one of the most acquired hunters in the game to date. That's just because the devs are working tirelessly on him. They've hyped him up for so long. I don't think there has been any other hunter in the game that's been hyped up this much. So summoning for him is probably going to be a must for the future of the game, if you want to have a successful SLA career, that is. But a lot of you will need Hand Semi too, that's the issue. I know my previous video when I released all the new rewards we're getting, people are wondering, well, should I summon for Hand Semi? Should I wait? What should I do? And I would say if you need a team to beat Baron, Hand Semi can help you out. That just depends if you already have Mireille. So if you have a Mireille all the way up to, let's say, A5 for example, but for some reason you do not have Hand Semi yet, this could be an okay time to summon for her. At least give it a shot, see if you summon for her early. She does help out Mireille a lot, especially with Wu. Most people have Wu already. Just from failing those 50-50 wins, I'm sure a lot of us do have Wu. So the only point in time where you should summon for Hand Semi is if you desperately need her, and I mean desperately. Rate Up tickets are not easy to get, so make sure you plan appropriately. In my case, I already have mine to 8, oh boy. So I don't need any more copies, she's fine where she is. I would say, for support units, even if you're a Dolphin or a Whale, I think A5 is already good enough. As you can see from New Hunter here, I only got her to A5, I don't really need more copies of her. It just isn't as beneficial as saving for a hunter that can carry us through the game. I do want to be efficient with my summons, I don't want to waste them, especially when it comes to custom draws. I want to have a chance to use my custom draws because right now, I mean, geez, A5 all around. I mean, sorry, A10s. I always say A5 when I see the 5, but A10s, yeah, a lot of A10s, a lot of A9s, but actually more A10s than anything. So not too much room for me to use my custom draw tickets. It'll end up being a waste if I pull any of these A10s, so I don't want to do that. I do save my summons to make sure I maximize on them, and in this case, Hand Semi, not the hunter I want. Thomas Andre is literally the Chad that's going to carry us, and I still think a lot of people are wondering what elemental type he's going to be. From what I can see right now based on our current teams, although we just got a brand new fire unit, we're still missing a lot of oomph factor when it comes to our fire team. We have Troy who just can't crit. We have Gina who is kind of like a weird hybrid. She does buff us a lot, but she doesn't deal enough damage to really make her viable. We have Yu So-hyun. Her damage is really good, but she's still lacking a lot of damage factor to her kit. And we have Emma. She's great for AoE, but that's basically it. Her damage is fine. Her break is obviously great, so AoE and break, but we're still missing a dedicated damage dealer. So I wonder, will Thomas Andre fill in that gap for fire team? But the issue is with fire teams, there's nothing that we really need them for right now, but with the new arc coming out, by new arc I mean new storyline, new missions, etc., we might need a fire team to be those game modes, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm not too sure personally, but based on what we've had so far, we've already had a water dedicated mode, that being Vulcan. We've had 2 wind dedicated modes. We had a dark dedicated mode. Light, I guess we could say the guild boss represents that. Though I guess in the future modes light can work too, but fire makes the most sense for those darn insects. We gotta burn them up. Absolutely nasty. So I think that's the way things are gonna go. Again, we'll have to just wait and see. But either way, I do recommend just saving your summons. It's just not a good move. Wasting your summons on a Sport Hunter on the rate up list is just not the way to go, especially because it can be drawn on our custom draws right now. If we look at Thomas Andre, when he comes to the game, if you don't summon for him on the rate up draw, you have to wait a full month to get him. That can really set you behind, especially when it comes to new content. Because as you know, hunters do eventually come here to our custom draws, but it takes 1 full month, or at least a 3-week cycle, for them to pop in here, so you're gonna have to wait a very long time, and by then, the meta might have shifted. You lost out on potential rewards, which is not good. You want to maximize on every single game mode when you can, so being efficient with your summons is a huge must. But yeah, that should be it from what I want to cover today. My account is looking pretty juiced up, hoping that Jeju Island gives us some new challenges. Baron hardwood was fine, but it's mostly a CP check if anything. If your combat power was high enough, you could basically clear it, so maybe in future game modes it'll be much tougher in terms of the actual combat. So anyone can actually jump in and beat it, but it'll just be a skill requirement. But based on how mobile players are experiencing the game right now, might not be the best move, honestly speaking. Because I've heard people are getting a lot of crashes. When I played on mobile too, I did have some lag and stutters, but maybe I'm just playing on a brokey phone, I'm not sure. It is an iPhone, so I don't know if that's the issue or not. But a lot of content is headed our way. We just have to wait and see if it's going to be good or not, hoping for the best. The devs are killing it in the update department, and also, I mean, in the shop department too. They're pushing out a lot of new packages, which I haven't bought myself. I mean, we have a lot of summons available here. I mean, maybe I'll buy this one here if I have a discount code. Maybe, we'll see. But these packages are getting pretty expensive over time. I can tell you right now, my wallet is definitely hurting, especially when it comes to these packages here. I mean, workshop tickets are so hard to get, so this might be a must buy. We'll see. I really don't want to buy them. My poor wallet. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Still on vacation, but I'll be back soon. If you enjoyed, drop your like, make sure to subscribe, and stay tuned for more SLA content. And if you want to see any other videos, let me know in the comment section down below. That way I know what you want to see as a viewer. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. This was your Code King Zaf, signing out. And also, speaking of codes, the supporter program is still on pause. It'll be back, I think, maybe next week. We'll have to see. The devs are delaying it way too long, in my opinion, but hopefully it comes back. That way I can send you all those juicy codes. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.